Storm on the move, creating treacherous conditions across the heartland as millions look to head home from the holidays.
If you do have to travel, you should pack provisions in case you get stranded.
Blizzard warnings in effect across 5 states, including parts of Colorado. Tonight, blanketed in over 10 inches of snow, with up to 6 inches still on the way. In South Dakota, whiteout conditions forcing authorities to shut down the interstate. Strong wind gusts tearing apart this car park and piling snowdrifts at residents' front doors. The storm turning deadly in Kansas, a Wichita woman killed after authorities say she lost control of her truck on an icy stretch of highway. And in Nebraska, the state patrol responding to nearly 150 weather-related incidents, despite urging drivers to stay off the roads. Slick conditions on the interstate causing semi-trucks to slip off the road. Others jackknifed, forcing highways to shut down for hours. Flyers feeling the effects too. More than 5,000 flights delayed or canceled today, due in part to a dense fog taking hold across the Northeast. 37 million under alert from eastern Pennsylvania to southern Maine. Fog also responsible for hundreds of canceled flights in the Midwest over the holiday weekend.
It was delayed because of the fog, and then eventually canceled.
Still,
conditions and a dangerous ice storm in the nation's heartland, and now that storm is heading east. Take a live look at Philadelphia this morning. It's very foggy. That is Philadelphia. Behind all that fog, Samara Theodore is here with the latest. Good morning to you, Samara.
Good morning, Eva. That's right. Many cities on the East Coast shrouded in fog, and with heavy rain being the major threat as this storm moves east, we're watching the concern for flooding.
This morning, a major winter storm on the move, pummeling parts of the plains with heavy snow, strong wind, unrelenting ice, and whiteout conditions. From Colorado to South Dakota, authorities issuing a blizzard warning. But across the region, the icy roads also a major threat. This truck spinning out of control, crashing into an ambulance in Oregon. Luckily, no injuries were reported. In South Dakota, cars stuck on the side of the road, some in ditches, officials closing I-90 after blizzard conditions. Authorities in Denver, Colorado forced to shut down portions of I-70 after slick, hazardous conditions. An ice storm damaging dozens of power lines in Fargo, North Dakota, leaving more than 7,000 people in the dark.
Holidays. That was I-80 at a standstill for hours yesterday in Nebraska when whiteout conditions caused dozens of crashes. 50-mile-per-hour winds shut down part of I-90 highway in South Dakota Christmas Day, too. South Dakota, North Dakota, Minnesota, and Iowa all under a winter weather advisory and ice storm warning. Up to a half-inch of ice could accumulate on trees and power lines. Expect these conditions through Wednesday. Americans are eagerly back to traveling for the holidays. 157 flights within, into, or out of the U.S. canceled so far, and 2,111 delayed as of late afternoon Monday, according to FlightAware. One airline mix-up leaving a 6-year-old boy in the wrong city.
They told me, no, he's not in this flight. He missed his flight. I said, no, he could not miss his flight because I have the check-in tag.
Spirit Airlines accidentally sent an unaccompanied minor from Philadelphia to Orlando instead of his correct destination of Fort Myers, Florida. Spirit Airlines saying the child was always under the care and supervision of a Spirit team member, and as soon as we discovered the error, we took immediate steps to communicate with the family and reconnect them.
Garrett brings disruption. The city of Glasgow in Scotland is experiencing the arrival of snow on its streets as Storm Garrett unleashes its fury, causing significant disruption. Gale force winds have battered various parts of the country, reaching recorded speeds of 86 miles per hour in Inverbervie, Aberdeenshire, and 84 miles per hour in Lerwick, Shetland. With strong gusts on the horizon, the UK prepares for snowy weather and potential interruptions to travel during the final weekend of the year. One of the immediate consequences of the severe conditions caused by Storm Garrett is the cancellation of train services in the region. Eurostar and Southeastern trains had to be suspended due to flooding in tunnels near Ebbsfleet International, resulting in commuter chaos on Saturday morning. Southeastern Railway has specifically announced that no services will operate between Ebbsfleet and London Street Paris International. until at least 9:12 a.m. The Met Office has issued warnings of windy conditions sweeping across the entire UK on Saturday. Meteorologist Alex Burkle has stated that northern areas of Scotland should anticipate significant snowfall, particularly on higher elevations where accumulations of 10 to 20 centimeters are likely. The combination of gale force winds and heavy snowfall poses significant challenges to transportation and daily life in Glasgow and its surrounding areas. Such extreme weather conditions often result in travel disruptions, road closures, and potential power outages. It is essential for residents and visitors in Glasgow to stay informed through official weather updates and take necessary precautions to ensure their safety and well-being. As snow arrives on the streets of Glasgow, attributed to the arrival of Storm Garrett, the city and its residents must prepare for possible disruptions and challenges caused by these extreme weather conditions. The cancellation of train services, the anticipation of significant snowfall, and the potential for strong gusts of wind require individuals to stay vigilant and keep a close eye on official updates. By taking appropriate safety measures and being prepared, everyone can navigate through this challenging period smoothly, ensuring their well-being in the face of winter's arrival. The storm that has hit China has taken unprecedented proportions, causing life to freeze in many regions of the country. From Thursday, December 21st to Saturday, December 23rd, several areas of rain, icy conditions, and heavy snowfall. This extraordinary snowstorm is a result of cold fronts being pushed further the Arctic, which has been experiencing warmer temperatures due to climate change, has contributed to the abnormal weather patterns in China. As a consequence, regions from north to south have been affected by this extreme weather event, leaving people scrambling to find warm clothing and shelter. Among the areas hit hardest by the snowstorm are the Yantai and Weihai regions of the Shandong Peninsula. These areas have been plunged into an ongoing cold snap that has brought relentless snowstorms and freezing temperatures. On December 21, 2023, the Jifu district in Yantai City witnessed a meteorological event of historic proportions. The snow depths reached an astonishing 53 centimeters, breaking previous records and leaving residents in awe of the sheer magnitude of the storm. Such heavy snowfall and freezing rain have had significant implications for daily life in China. Transportation has been severely disrupted, with roads becoming treacherous and flights being canceled or delayed. People have been advised to stay indoors and avoid unnecessary travel to ensure their safety. Schools, businesses, and government offices The impact on agriculture and infrastructure cannot be overlooked either. Crops may have been damaged or destroyed by the freezing temperatures and heavy snow, leading to potential shortages and economic losses. Power lines and telecommunications infrastructure may have also been affected, causing additional challenges for residents and employees. Nevertheless, despite the hardships caused by this unprecedented snowstorm, the resilience and resourcefulness of the Chinese people shine through. Communities have come together to support one another, opening up shelters and providing assistance to those in need. The government has also mobilized resources to clear roads, restore services, and ensure the safety and well-being of its citizens. As China battles with this unexpected weather phenomenon, it serves as a reminder of the far-reaching consequences of climate change. The warming of the Arctic, a result of global warming, has disrupted weather patterns and caused extreme events in regions that are not accustomed to such conditions. It highlights the urgency for global action to address climate change and reduce the impact on vulnerable communities. Its cause can be traced back to the global warming-induced warming of the Arctic, which has pushed cold fronts further south. As China faces the challenges posed by this extreme weather event, it is essential to reflect on the need for substantial measures to combat climate change. The resilience and solidarity displayed by the Chinese people in this difficult time serve as an inspiration.
Oh no!
moment of sheer panic as a massive wave roars up on the beach in Ventura, California.
It's like a baby tsunami. There were people trying to cross the street, but they were getting tumbled over because of the strength of the current.
More than 6 million people have been under a high surf warning in coastal communities overnight into Friday. The surge churning waves topping 9 meters, flooding beachfront neighborhoods.
It was kind of chaotic. There were lots of helicopters flying overhead. The streets were just inundated with surf and all the foam and stuff, and debris pouring onto the lanes.
Video from security cameras shows pickup trucks inundated with water as people run inland trying to get ahead of the wave. Several swept up.
We had 8 people transported from one wave that came in. Things can happen so quickly.
Crews spent the day using heavy equipment to build a massive berm because it's not over yet.
We are expecting another west swell to move in for tomorrow.
Meteorologist Lisa Phillips is based in Ventura County and has been monitoring the swells.
So when we have storms that form over the ocean, they can create these large swells, and they eventually reach our coasts and form high surf.
Experts say El Nino, along with climate change, are making the waves more powerful.
As the ocean is warming, storms are getting more intense, which means winds are more intense, and winds are what create waves, and so that means waves are getting more intense.
As for this system, conditions are expected to worsen again by Saturday morning. For now, locals are left to clean up this row of boarded-up businesses bearing the brunt of the damage.
Yeah, the damage inside is pretty much all the rooms are completely totaled. They're gone. They were full of water.
Taking stock of what's left behind while bracing for what's still ahead. Tanya Fletcher, CBC News, Washington.